Hey everyone, Gardner here, Conscious Warrior Coaching. A little Tuesday thought for you today. Why do we do what we do? Why do you do what you do? Uh, right? We have to make money. We have to show up. We have responsibilities, and we need to some degree play the game of life and abide by some guidelines of how we should conduct ourselves in terms of got to fucking make money and make a living. Beneath that, though, what's the driving force behind that is my question to you, and what I want to just talk about today. We all have different professions. We have different jobs. Some of us have a passion play. Some of us are working in our calling. Some of us are just stuck in a job. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? We all have a different lens by which we perceive the work we do, and this thought process of mine was spurred on. I had a long conversation with a very dear friend of mine, colleague that I've known for many years, and we both met back in Manhattan years ago. We followed each other in the entertainment industry. She went on to have a lot of success, and then kind of that success waned, and then there's been a rebirth for her in terms of her visibility. Hey, Carolyn, in terms of her visibility in the work that she does, and she's front stage, kind of a marquee person in Hollywood. And we were talking about how both of us we fell victim to doing things for external accolades, for striving towards being somebody, or striving towards fame, right? Fame, and at all costs, damn the consequences. And what we've realized, though, is there's certain things that age blesses us with, and that's an appreciation of contentment and peace. And if we can find that, and then apply that to how we're showing up in our work, it takes a whole new spin on it. And she now is doing the exact same thing she was doing before. And she's doing it because it's her truth, because it's landed deeply at her core. This is what I'm doing. This is my active impact and contribution on the world. It gives her joy. And I guess, the takeaway from that is she removed herself from all the external validation and the preconceived notions of what society deems as successful, and just listened to her heart, and shows up now in a different place. Still rocking and rolling, doing what she does, and yet there's a certain peace about it. And for those of you that have been following me, much is the same for me. Much is the same. The shedding of ego, the adopting of this conscious warrior, this empowerment that comes from the stepping into my masculine and my feminine equally has really given me a peace about how I show up here, the work that I'm yet to do, the work that I'm currently doing, and the work that I have yet to do, because it's connected to my truth. And so that age, that contentment, that peace has finally landed for me. And what I want for the world, and what I want for people out there, is that mic drop of truth, if you will, doesn't have to happen later on in your life, when you stand back and reflect and realize, it's not about chasing the brass ring all the time, right? It's not about the external house and toys and all of those things. There's young professionals that I work with in their late 20s, early 30s that are starting to really realize this now. And that is a beautiful thing, because they're going to live the majority of their life with more ease and flow, and more love in how they show up. So I'm very blessed to be a part of that. And, for all of us out there, I think the important thing to remember is we need to look inward and make sure we're always connected to why we do what we do. And it changes. It doesn't have to be the same. I've had more careers than, I don't know, I can't think of some analogy. Anyway, but it's all been a common thread of leading me on in life. And it's okay for people evolve. And so we go to school and we think we have to get a degree. Well, just because we have a degree doesn't mean that 5 years later all of a sudden we're standing in a different pool of truth, and we realize, you know what, I need to go left, even though I was planning on going right for the last 10 years of my life. And that only comes from deep introspection. We need to look inward to move outward, 100%. And as you know, as most of you know, my mission, bar none, Conscious Warrior, going all in with love, my book, right? My mission is to have each of you, everyone on the other side of this video camera, everyone out there that I meet, everyone that I get in front of and speak to and present, is to realize you create your own rule book by which you play the game of life. You let go of status quo. You let go of expectation. You let go of parents telling you what to do. You let go of the material things that provide you success or deem you successful. No. What do you want? What do you want? You create your behavioral manual. That's it. How you show up is how you want to show up, not how anyone else tells you how you think, how you should behave, how you should show up. Fuck that. And it took me a long time to realize that. And now the freedom that comes from standing in our truth and knowing that I take a step because I take a step. I have a relationship because I want a relationship. I want to get out of a relationship that doesn't serve me because I want to get out, not because what everyone's telling me to do. So that is my mission. And if you choose to accept it, look inward, reconnect to that truth. Make sure that every step you take is a step driven by you and driven by love and your heart. Do not be pulled along. We are not sheep. We are heart-led, conscious human beings that have a choice and need to honor ourselves first. All right. There's my Tuesday thought. Mad love to the courageous. I will check back with you all soon. I got a writing reflection coming up tomorrow, day 307, I think, something like that. I don't know, last week was 300. So anyway, mad love to the courageous. Cheers.